Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum student. This is Umaira Saeed and the topic which I have lined up today and that is the presentation skill, and that is very much important for you to understand that how to showcase your abilities, capabilities, that how to present yourself while presenting the topic. The more good the topic and the more your appearance will be good, it will have a good impact over the listener, over your audiences and over the people around you as well. So let's discuss the topic. The agenda for the today's session is that we discuss the presentation, then what is the purpose of presentation, what are the importance of presentation, the difficulties which one has to face during giving the presentation, the planning of the presentations and the preparation, and what are the factors which are involved while preparing the presentation. As you know students, at every presentation, like not the business presentations but in the college, even in the institutes nowadays, most of your examination is based on the presentation. Presentation not only means to present the content but the presentation of your capability. As I use the word showcase, like you are presenting yourself in front of your audiences. As I said that if you look good, definitely your presented material will be more enhancing. So the presenter must be very much have an influencing personality. I used to recommend many of the students to follow TED.com. It is one of the most authentic site, or you may say in the YouTube channel. There are number of good videos related to your subjects and what should be your posture, how to prepare the slides, what should be the content, how to face the audience. That thing matters a lot. Now let's take the tour to the past, and in which the first lecture of the communication I told you that communication is not a unilateral but a bilateral process, and it never ends. It ends with the end of your life. It means that the communication has its root back. One of a famous philosopher, Murphy, suggested that the communication has its root back into the centuries. Aristotle, Cicero and many of the other philosophers like in the 4 BC, like they have an ideology because they were the rhetoric speakers. And what are the rhetoric speakers? Who have the question with the embedded answers in it. They believe that the communication should have an impact over the listener. If you are speaking, if your words are empty, if there is no thoughts and there is no purpose in your communication, then it will be useless and it will be just a wastage of your words and the wastage of the times of another. So the practitioners of these art and the rhetoric believe that the communication must have an impact. As I told you, that the Bacon, who was the 16th century philosopher, he was a 16th century essayist and a prose writer. He says that the reading makes a ready man, writing makes an exact man, and the speaking and the conference make a fool man. It means that when you conference, when you communicate with another person, or when you present yourself, you are not presenting the words only, you are presenting yourself as well, like your personality will be reflected through your words. So the more positive you have, the more positivity resides in you, it will come out of your mouth. If you will have a negative notions, it will be come out of your mouth as well. So now, what is the purpose of presentation? So let's discuss it on a theoretical basis first. Purpose of the presentation is to inform, to persuade and to entertain. Now discuss one by one. Inform. It means that when we present ourselves, our work, our showcase our work or our words, our prepared lectures to you, we are giving the information. Now what is my purpose of giving this presentation to you is to inform you that how you may prepare yourself for giving the presentation and what skills you should have in giving a good presentation. It is an information. It means that these 15 to 20 minutes will be very valuable for you. These are very valuable for me because you are getting knowledge and I have already a little knowledge and I am conveying it to you. The second is the persuade. Many of the people when give the presentations, like when they talk on some topic, they try to persuade others. I am a very big follower of Maulana Tariq Jamil, Qasim Ali Shah and many of other motivational speakers. There are some young motivational speakers, there are some foreigners, some Americans, some Indians as well. But which thing persuaded me? Why I focus on them? Why their words like it acts into my heart or pinches my emotion? The reason is that they are speaking on their experiences, and sometimes their experiences collide with my experiences. It never collides, but it constructs me, because sometimes I feel unconstructed and I feel that I need something. So their words motivates me, persuade me, and I just, instead of following my direction, I just start moving into the direction which I wanted. So the presentation of the words and the presentation of your work persuade you. Entertain. There are many of the people who are performing in the movies and the dramas. They are just entertainers. Their purpose is to entertain you, console you, soothe you, to bring you out of some hard water into some good situation, and to motivate you to find the good time in your life. So this is the purpose of the presentation. So presentation is not peculiar for the institutional presentation, but whatever you are doing, it is a presentation you are giving of your work in front of the people around you. So next is the importance of presentation. C.L. Dewey, he said that the presentation of the speaking skill is very important in business. So let's discuss this from the business point of view. Yes, the presentation is very important from the business point of view. If you are going to present anything, like suppose this is a board marker in my hand, or any available thing, suppose this is the duster, and if I want to sell these two things, the what two things will be convinced you? Number one, the product appearance. Number two, my product, how these products are useful, how much these are very valuable for you in your life, what is the cost. But the most important thing will be my justification, my presentation. My dear students, when you go outside in some bazaar or market, and you just plan at your home that I am going and I will purchase only one shirt and one pair of trousers, but when you returned back, you have bags in your hand with two t-shirts and the two pair of the trousers. The reason is that the presenter, the seller, the salesperson, he had this much convincing and the power of his words that he convinced you that instead of buying the one pair, why don't you buy the two pair? It means that not only the product matters, but the spoken style, the convincing style, hitting over the time and just catching or grabbing your purchasing power is the most important thing that a seller should have, and that was the importance which the C.L. Dewey was discussing in his book. And he said that the oral presentation gives you the chance to demonstrate your abilities, to think on your feet. Like, first of all, you must know that what actually you have an abilities, then you can work on it. Like, I know that my ability is that I have a speaking power, I can convince, I can persuade, I can sell any product in the world. Like, it is a challenge, I can sell any product in the world, because not only the product matter, what matter is your convincing power. If your convincing is good, ability is good, knowledge is good, background knowledge about the product is good, everything in the world is like a minor for me. So this is a very simple thing one must have, like you must have an abilities over your capabilities. So the presentation matters for those who are the marketing. Maybe after completing your degree you will go out for marketing of some product. Then how would you market? First of all, you must have a sense over the sense of a product. Then you must know that in which demographics you are selling the product. Then you must know that what is the need of the people. Then later on you must know that what is the language in which the people would understand the message. And later on you must have the convincing power, that you may say, I have seen so many people, boys who sell some foundations and the lipsticks in the market, like in many of the famous stores in Multan. And the reason is like they do not apply foundation, they cannot apply the lipsticks, but they convince the ladies customer that this color is good or this foundation is good. How would they say that this foundation is good? Nobody like me, I won't trust them because you are a man. How can you say that this foundation or compact powder, this lip color is good? Because they convince in a way, in a manner like they have applied it. They would say like this color suits for you, your complexion is like this, so this color is for you, this foundation have this, so this is good, and the cost is so low. So it means that the marketing strategy initially, the inception of the marketing strategy first of all based on your spoken words, and later on your strategy based upon your product planning, that how you have planned to sell that product. Same for the computers and same for the business as well. Then later on you may update your status, your product status to the colleagues or to the customers by sending their letters or subscriptions letter as well. So it matters a lot as well. So these are some importance, or you may say the importance and the purpose of presentation. The third is the difficulties. The difficulties, yes. Number one is, many of us, you all feel very much hesitant while speaking in front of the masses, like speaking in front of the people on a larger scale. You feel that the people are looking at you, you feel that you will get nervous, many of you feel like start shivering. Why are you getting nervous? Why you cannot face the eyes of the people? Because no one bothers that how you are looking, everyone is focusing on your words. So that is why when the people get nervous, why they get nervous? Because they do not believe in yourself. And one thing which I have learned and which you must learn in your life, that believing in yourself is the key to success in the life. If you believe in yourself, if you have a capability, if you know that how you may showcase your capabilities to the people in any the way you have, its choice on you, then you can grab any position in the world. So that's why the people get nervous. The second is, being nervous is a good thing. If you get nervous, you learn a lot. If you know that you will get nervous in this situation, try to overcome. Like many a times in my life that I feel nervous, like I had a stage fear, but try to pass through that situation so many times to overcome your nervousness. This is one of the major aspects. Another thing which the C.L. Bowie wrote in his book, that one should not the victim of his or her emotions. Like you must have the capabilities, you must have this much power to overcome your emotions rather than the emotions to play with you. Fourth is the planning of giving the presentation. My dear students, I have taken so many presentations in class, and many of you have prepared the presentation. So you write on your paper that the first basic thing which you did while giving the presentation or while preparing the presentation. Suppose if I am giving you a topic, a very simple topic, that the feminism, or you may say that nepotism is the death of talent, or number 2 is the women empowerment in Pakistan. Number 3, the people are not dying of COVID but of miseries, but of hunger. A topic is the people are not dying of COVID-19 or the corona, they are dying of hunger, the depravities. How will you start giving me the presentation? Definitely the number one thing will be the preparations and the plannings. So let's plan over one topic, and the topic is that the people are not dying of the corona, they are dying of the depravities, the 3 basic needs of the life, the food, water and the shelter. So let's discuss. Analyze the situation. The number 1 topic while planning the message, the number 1 will be analyze situation. Now the situation is that you all are locked down at your home, your movements are restricted. Now you are taking the online classes and you are analyzing the situation as well. Your parents are not going on the job, you all are suffering because it's Allah's blessings on you, that you have a savings at your home and you are having the bread and the butter and you are eating the luxurious food provided after Allah by your parents. Analyze the situation you are passing through the situation, and the topic given by the teacher is that the people are dying not of corona but of hunger and the depravity, the three basic necessities of life. You are analyzing the situation because you are living in the situation. The purpose of this presentation will be that you have to to persuade the people. Like knowing your ideas, you have to make up the state of your mind. Who will be your audience? The world will be your audience. The Pakistan or South Asia will be your audience. The Pakistan will be audience, or your province will be your audience. So first of all, now you have to set a mind that who is going to be your audience. The masses, majors or the minors. If you are going to give a presentation by focusing particular on the people of Pakistan, then the things will be very easy for you because you are living in the situation. But if you are going to present or thinking about the people who are not in your area or who are not in your approaching area, then it will be difficult for you to feel the pain, like you are not living in their shoes. So set your audience first. Number 2 is gathering information. There are so many sources, students, nowadays, so many social media platforms, so many Google websites are available from where you may get the authentic information. Select the medium. Now the medium, either you are going to deliver your message like in the real time, face to face, or recorded or written or in the class. Now it depends upon you, like even you are in a live YouTube channel session, you are going to give your presentation. Now it's choice in you. The language to whom you are addressing. If you are addressing around the globe, your language will be the one who is most prominent, and the vernacular one, that will be the English. If you are going to convey your message to the masses in Pakistan, your prime duty is to convey into Urdu, so that it may be conveyed to the targeted people. Organize your presentation. Now the most important thing after the analyzing situation, after choosing of the medium, after choosing of the language is, now line up the points. What was the title? Repeat, that the people are not dying of corona but dying of hunger and depravities. Now define your main idea. Define your main idea is that what is corona, what is the historical references or historical past of this corona, and how it is established, and how either it is a part of a biological war, or it was just abruptly spread from China to rest of the country, and who was the carrier and who was the initiator. Then try to limit your scope. In the first part, I told you that the limit your scope, not from the globe to South Asia to Pakistan or to the province. It will help you to give you the authentic information. Like on the global base, you may not collect the correct information by sitting in your home at one corner. Prepare your outline, like after preparation your presentation, after lining up your idea, brainstorming, you just make the outline, the opening slides, like the same we will go towards the pyramid. The opening slides, sporting style, facts and the figures, conclusion and suggestions. My dear students, the suggestions are very important. You cannot give any presentation without giving any suggestions. So suggestions matters a lot. The next is that while in the presentation, what different aids you can use. Like if verbally I am speaking, many of you will get bored, like while the teacher is completely verbal and verbatim, I must have some sporting notes or the sporting slides with me as well. Like if I start showcasing you the slides, it will capture your interest. So that is why, suppose I give you a very general example. Suppose I have this prayer mat. This is my prayer mat. Now it will capture your interest, like teacher pick out something in her hand. So this is a prayer mat, and I am going to give a presentation about the importance of this prayer mat. What is the texture of this prayer mat, what is the purpose of this prayer mat, and what is the future, and what are the pros and the cons. By having some slides or product in your hand will capture your interest. But if you start speaking verbally, nobody is ready to watch you. Like you are a very simple person. I have seen that in the many of the advertisement, like in the advertisement of motorbike or in the shaving razor, they sometimes have a character of woman as well. What is the purpose of the woman? Just to get the attention and the attraction of the people, because people will get attracted with the beautiful lady. Otherwise, the purpose of message like the shaving blade is particular for the men, but why the woman including? Just to capture the interest of the people, like they have a beautiful model in it. So the visual aid, the use of the handouts, then the clipboard, the flip cards, these are very much important and you may use in your presentation as well. Nowadays, if you are making your presentations on the PowerPoint, you can use so many things in it. You can add the pictures in it, the movie clips in it. You can add the, if you want to dichotomize something, it will be added in the slides as well. So these are a very simplest thing, and now there are so many other aspects that how you may use the charts. Like when I gave the presentation on the feminism and the 3 waves of the feminism. So what I did, my experience is what I did, that we all, like 5 person in a group, we had a group presentation, we all wore the same clothes, red, white and black. The white was the symbol of freedom and black was the symbol of marginalization. We all had the yellow flip cards in our hand, and we had a demonstration and some notes written over those, and our presentation start with the definition of feminism and ended with the suggestion. So while giving the presentation, you may focus in a group presentation, you may come up with the different ideas on the dressing, on giving the content, but the content should be updated rather than using the primitive presentation, primitive information that will not capture the interest of the audiences. So dear student, this was the lecture for today. I hope that you not only enjoyed, but it was a more informative. So keep it or save it and write down all the important points which I discussed in the presentation. So keep in touch with the Google Classroom as well, because your assignments will be provided there. Take care. Allah Hafiz.